I bet you've heard people say the year really doesn't start till after the Super Bowl, haven't you?
That's coming right up, so it's time to start.
You know, and I calculated that's 39 or 40 days. That's 11% of the year.
Wow, already gone.
Yeah. And
Holy
then
cow.
Maybe you've heard this. The year's really over by Thanksgiving. And
Yeah,
if
right?
you go Thanksgiving to New Year's, that's another 11% of the day.
And if
of
you're
the year.
from if you're from Alabama or Louisiana, you got Mardi Gras in there.
And 4th of July weekend,
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend,
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend, and the weekend at Bernie's.
You know what this reminds me of?
And the weekend you had the flu. Remember that? That's a third of the year already gone. But you know what? Our message today is very simple. Forget about all that.
Well, hold on. It's reminding me of Delbert's song.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Delbert McClinton? One of our favorite artists. And he has a song that says, I'm kind of in a hurry, but time is passing by. Yeah. I think that can probably, most of us relate with that.
But if that is a third of the year, are you going to be happy with 2/3 of your income?
No.
I didn't think so. So we've got a solution for you, and it's pretty simple. Let's take it back to the Wickman basics.
Oh, yeah.
What's the most basic thing you do whenever you want to get started or restarted? And that's set a goal.
Did you do that? You were supposed to do that. Did you do that like in December, or maybe it was a New Year's resolution? What are you going to earn for the year? But that's just the beginning, because it's not just a number. Oh, I've always wanted to hit 200,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how you hit 200,000. You got to have a reason for that goal. It can't just be some abstract, cool number. It's got to be, what does that money buy me? What kind of lifestyle does that money buy me? Where do I get to go? What do I get to have? What can I give to someone whom I love?
And that's going to activate your internal motivation.
Yeah.
Because we all need to be activated from the inside. And then what do? Of course, you take that goal and you break it down. Okay, what do I have to do minimum per week? You call it the income to activity converter. And then you set a minimum activity standard for each week.
That's right. So you can't do $5 million in production. You can't do $200,000 in income. You can't do things like that. And yet most companies, that's the way they give awards, right? Oh, you're recognized for your millions. You're recognized but you can't do that. You've got to break it into activities that you can do, that you can control. Now, if you want a copy of our income to activity converter, just send a quick email to either Mary@FloydWickman.com or Mike@FloydWickman.com. Get a hold of us somehow. But the point is, when you do those activities, when you figure out what activities drive the number that you want to hit, and you add in some fun stuff, then you can monitor those activities. Now, for some people, it's counting listing appointments that they go on. For some people, it's counting conversations that they have each week. Or number of signatures on listings, on purchase agreements, whether they're for buyers or sellers.
So are we saying don't take any time off this year?
No.
Absolutely not. Take time off, have your LFTs, your vacations, your weekends.
Hey,
you deserve all that.
LFT.
Look forward to.
Look forward to
Look
is
forward
right,
to.
exactly.
Because as somebody we know once said it, you don't have a time problem, you have a priority problem. So make that one controllable, trackable activity your priority every week. And then insulate yourself from distractions.
That's kind of hard to do.
Well, I don't mean isolate yourself from humanity. I mean insulate.
Okay.
Keep those distractions at bay. You know how you do that. It's the only way you can protect your attitude.
I don't think you know how you do that makes sense. No offense, but
okay.
Like, how do you do that? I think that's one of the things that prevent us, right? Because we don't know how to protect our time and focus on those things that are going to guide us. It's so difficult when you've got pending transactions that can blow up and you need that money and that closing's coming up and you're supposed to stop the train and prospect. And by the way, what's the answer? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to hit your goal, you do.
Producers, make calls in the morning and they take calls in the afternoon. So
Producers prospect consistently,
you got
and
enough
they
time to do that.
insulate themselves
Yes.
from all the things that could distract them from that. So maybe one of your challenges has been that you're not prospecting consistently, like the same time of day, or maybe on Mondays it's this time and Wednesdays it's this time, but you've got to develop a little bit of a routine rather than trying to fit the prospecting in wherever it fits, because as you know, it doesn't fit.
And if you're getting restarted and you're thinking, oh, this is a long journey, I don't know if I got it in me to make this journey. Just remember what Floyd taught us, that no matter how small the steps you're taking, as long as they're in the right direction,
Eventually, you'll hit your goal.
that's right. So if you want to be making sure that you're taking the steps day after day, week after week, in the right direction, remember this, you're not alone in this. You don't have to be alone. That's why we created R² coaching, because we believe that people who are trained, especially Wickman trained, have a better shot at being producers as long as they keep implementing what they've learned. And the key to implementing it is remembering you're not alone. We're here to help keep you on track, taking those steps, making sure you see progress every week, and that you've got a board of directors, an advisory group to bring your solutions to get solutions from, objective advice, and to share best practices and track your numbers.
So it really comes down to consistency. If someone were asking you every single week, how many conversations did you have? How many listing appointments did you go on, etc.? Would you do more than if nobody's asking you? Because right now, let's face it, nobody's asking you. Yes, you would. And you would see yourself moving in those steps closer to your goal. So let us help you. Check out floydwickman.com, go to that coaching tab and find out more about R² coaching. Look at some of the people that have been in it, some of them for 10, 12, even 15 years, consistently doing the work, and they're making more money than you, or they have a better life in terms of peace and joy than you. So let's get that for you.
And even if you have that inner motivation, sometimes that's not all you need. We're here to help you. You don't have to do this alone. So if you want to book a strategy call, 10, 15 minutes, to go to mike@floydwickman.com or mary@floydwickman.com, and we'll spend the time with you laying out a progress chart for you to get to your goal this year, even though it's already 11% over.
Better do it right away.